right, welcome everyone to this special edition of Weather Watchers. You are joining us now at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This is new, guys. Hi, I'm joined by Chief Meteorologist Lewis Turner.
Hello, Lee.
And Meteorologist Mike Prangley.
I had to find a hoodie. I mean, it's freezing out there.
That's a great point.
We weren't kidding about that forecast, right, Lee?
It was chilly. I never wear my fleece in a stream. I like to wear a blazer or a tie, and I'm just like, no, it's too cold. I'm chilly. I'm still, if we can just take a brief moment, if we could all just have a moment together as friends, as teammates, to just kind of get it off our chest about the Jags quickly.
Oh.
Can we?
I'm trying to already
We get over it, we move on. But we had this beautiful shot of Everbank up, and I'm thinking about all the work that's about to happen. So I went to the game. I'll just tell you my personal anecdote. Went to the game with my son, and we didn't leave. We sat in that stadium after the game for a good hour and just kind of like looked, because it's the last time we were ever going to see that stadium in that capacity that it's been forever and ever. You know what I mean? And it was just kind of, it was bittersweet, you know, because we know great things are coming, but it was just kind of like, oh, this Jags run was amazing. And we just had that moment. You know what I mean? It was nice to have the moment to take it in. But yeah, we see that shot. The work's already happening, and we know things are going to look a little different next season, but hopeful moving forward. Is that the feelings? I mean,
yeah, lots of hope on GMJ this morning. So we had the little donuts with lots of love here. There's 2 left. This was a charcuterie board, and we had special Jaguar Pops in celebration of their wonderful year.
Yeah.
I know they didn't win yesterday, but in our books, they're certainly winners and heading in the right direction. So it's not about where you are, so to speak, for the Jaguars. It's about where we're headed.
Ahead of schedule.
And we're headed into a great new era, and that includes a new stadium Lou was talking about. So I noticed today the cranes are up, and they're building, and things are changing here, and it's going to just get better from here.
And Lee, you were in the building. Yeah, we sat in 409, but at the front row, 409. Actually, the best seats I think I've ever sat in that stadium.
Really?
Yeah,
and that's
great.
what's closing, right? At the 400 section is shutting down.
Yeah.
So you're one of the last people to ever see
I know. And the guys next to us were season ticket holders in that seat, and they'd been there for years and years and years, and they both were pretty emotional about it. And
how are the fans? So my daughter noticed on TV, she's watching from Missouri. Hey, she said, Dad, the fans are really showing up. They're very loud.
It was so loud. I've never heard the bang. That I wasn't there for. I wasn't in the stadium for the Chargers game. That 22 Chargers win
when they came back.
And I know that was electric. But. And I know a lot of fans left at halftime for that because it was a blowout at that point. So I don't know how, but I've never, it gave, and so having gone to way more college football games than I've gone professional football games, admittedly, it had absolutely had those like SEC massive 100,000 stadium. There were 70,000 people. I mean, it was a massive attendance, 70,000 in that stadium, and it was absolutely rocking. So, the fans were amazing. It was incredible.
Yeah, very good.
So, and wait a second, and you were here in the station for it.
I was.
And you could hear it.
I could. It was a great little preview. So I'm trying to work at the same time. I am on the clock. You know how hard it is to work during a Jags game.
It's very hard.
But what's great is I'm tipped off by the stadium. So I'll be working, and then I'll start hearing yelling, screaming, and I'll look up and I'll announce to everyone in the station, watch the TV, something's about to happen.
That's so great.
And so I could tell how electric it was.
I wish we could do that with the weather.
Yeah.
Have a little head like that, see it, hear the cheers, 4 days ahead, and then, well, something's coming, So.
And I will say, too, so yesterday I, on air, I call it my morning dress. It looks like it should be a funeral dress. It's an all black, long sleeves. I was like, I'm mourning the Jag season being over. I'm wearing this morning dress. But then in the 6 o'clock newscast, also watching the fan reaction, hearing Coach, I mean, I'm so proud of Liam Cohen. That. And I was like, well, I should be celebrating, actually, because this was such a fantastic season that we did not expect for our first year with this coach.
I agree. Usually
it's amazing.
We were not. We won 4 games last year and lost 13. We turned it around to 13-4.
And
Liam Cohen, my wife and I, Julie, were lucky to go to his welcoming party the night in Duval. So when he came to town, we had good high hopes all from the beginning, and he's lived up to the expectations, like you said, Lee, and then some. It's been amazing.
Well, it's good to kind of get it off our chest. But now, as we do with the weather, we look ahead. So what's going on out there? What kind of guide us, Sherpa us through our weather stream here?
Sure thing. So I think what we're going to start with, because we do know that coming up at 4:30, Lou, you'll be back with meteorologist Ross Muma talking more local. So we're going to start more national. And I want to talk about today's forecast across the country. I mean, those are chilly temperatures. Recently, we've been talking about really warm weather, not only for us, but through Texas. I mean, Denver had such a warm Christmas, and now when you look at the country, guys, that cold air seeped all across the country. I mean, you see a few spots like Los Angeles and Miami where you expect it to be a little bit warmer, but 50s today in Jacksonville. As we talked about, we're all bundled up.
Yeah, they say nature finds a way. Well, winter's finding a way, and it's back in a big way. Now, you're not seeing anything too cold right now, but that's about to change. We're watching the Eurasian snowpack that's been building the last few weeks across Asia and Canada, up back toward Alaska. And we've had these amazing images out of Alaska of these snowbanks like covering houses. So eventually, you know, that cold weather's been bottled up for the last couple of weeks. We had 2 record highs of 80s last week. 83 back to back. That doesn't happen too often. And, you know, we're seeing this pattern shift now where eventually, you know, that cold air really wins the battle this time of year. We have the shorter days, and it doesn't take much for that cold air to be dislodged. And that's what we're going to see. So it's good. You're showing that snowpack there, Lee. And we're going to see that snowpack continue to build here in the lower 48 now. So now it's our turn. We're getting the ingredients we need. We got the cold polar air that's moving to the south. We're going to have a much more active jet stream, and indications are the subtropical jet stream will come alive over the next couple of weeks. And watch out by late February and March. It's going to be a totally different story altogether. I'm very confident here in Jacksonville. I'm making the call now. This drought will be a thing of the past as we head into March. I know we're far behind. We're talking 10-inch deficits, but I'm feeling good about our rain chances really increasing as we get ready for spring. And we didn't even need Punxsutawney Phil to tell us that.
No, not yet. Although that's a special day for you, I know, Mike. You know, Groundhog Day.
For the wife and I.
For you and the wife, a very special day.
Well, they're very loyal to each other. You know, the groundhogs are the most loyal animals.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I thought it was like, what's the animals that mate for life?
There's some birds.
Monogamous. You're talking about the lovebirds?
Maybe. There are birds that do that.
Outside of birds, it's the groundhogs. They are just very
Groundhogs,
loyal.
very loyal.
And
well, good for you.
Julie's.
And that's y'all's special day together. I know that.
It is. You know, and
Is that your anniversary? What am I missing here?
Yeah, that's our Valentine's Day. So, Leah, you know how I like my food and going to great restaurants. I said, Julie, you're special. It's time for us to have our own holiday. And do you know about the groundhog? And I told her about how they're loyal to each other. So we made that our Valentine's Day, and it's been a big deal ever since. So
it's pretty special.
That's where it came from.
Yep.
And we hang a groundhog on the door every year.
You got to.
And you'll get a card. You didn't get a Christmas card from me. I apologize. Lou knows how we are, but you will be getting a Groundhog Day card.
That is awesome.
It's a wonderful,
this is fantastic.
wonderful Mike Prangley tradition. So, you know, with the change in pattern, what we had been experiencing all winter long is this snap, right? So the 2-day cool down, right? But this is a little different. So it's looking like really kind of all week long we're going to stay pretty chilly if seasonable, not a little bit below. So we're kind of ditching the shorts for the next little while, with a couple of rain chances even as we go through our week this week.
Yep. So sorry, I was trying to show the pattern and everything that you and Prangley were just talking about, where it's going to dip down. We're going to get this blast of cold air. There's the snow, so we'll have to watch for all that snow.
Look at that. Yes.
Woo.
Okay, so there's
flashes
that.
For Atlanta, you know.
Yeah, go back.
Late
Just
week.
one model run, but you know, Atlanta to Charlotte, those areas will be watching this.
And if we're getting snow, say that does happen, and we get some of that snow that sticks in North Georgia, that's a clear runway for all that cold air to hold together and move our way. So late this week here in Jacksonville, it's only going to get colder based on what we're seeing here on this map.
Now, you mentioned the drought, so I do want to quickly get to our rain chances, because any sort of rain is beneficial, right?
It is.
And so our rain chances increase on Wednesday. Moving through, again, this is a couple days out, so timing could change, but it looks like more of a morning situation for Waycross as of right now. Folkston, Brunswick, Lake City, late morning, early afternoon. Then a few of those showers moving through places like Duval County and Nassau and Clay and St. John's later into the afternoon hours, so lunchtime and beyond, before clearing out. And that's when that cold air would move in. But we do have a weather impact alert in effect, Prangley, for the rounds of rain and the slick roads.
Yeah, you saw that map there. I think the models will eventually wake up and come around. It's going to be much more active on Wednesday. I think there's much higher confidence that we'll have enough lift in the atmosphere, especially with that strong front moving our way. So we issued that weather impact alert really to cover a day where we could see rain, not just in the afternoon or evening, but even in the morning hours. So if you're talking good chances rain in agreement for folks driving to and from work or school, that's going to impact us here in a big way. And any rain does help. The latest models in this morning have been trending lower on the amounts, but I didn't believe them. I said, yeah, get it another 24 hours. But I think this is not a drought-busting rain, but it's a sign that that pattern is going to change for the wetter, and we are going to see better chances of rain as we head through the rest of the winter and get ready for spring. So that moderate and severe drought you see, especially that severe drought toward Nassau County in the west, it's a big deal. We have a deficit still of about 10.5 inches of rain over the last 13 months, and we're down about a half inch already this year. So like you said, Lee, every little bit helps, but this is, I guess we're just taking these baby steps at this point. And again, keeping folks safe on the roads in the showery weather on Wednesday that we just simply haven't seen much of.
All right, so we do have a big cool down on the way, Lou. I want to talk to you about that, but I know we got to take a quick break. And we come back, you guys all want to stick around to see just how cold it could feel. So Lou will have more on that coming up.
So I stopped at my Chick-fil-A this morning on the way in.
Fast food, huh?
I did, but you'll be
Yum.
proud of me.
Chick-fil-A breakfast
What?
is great.
For my breakfast routine at Chick-fil-A is the grilled chicken breakfast burrito. Okay.
Okay, so
no
that's
hash
your-
brown. I don't do hash browns.
No.
Okay.
We're healthy out
But
here.
what's in that burrito is nothing but grilled chicken and some scrambled eggs wrapped in a tortilla.
That can't be
Good
bad. for
protein.
And salsa. It's just it's protein.
it's
I mean, it's
protein.
probably some fat in there that's added. If they
That's
they've
my
got a
family. I have trouble ordering, so maybe I can I text you if I need help ordering?
100%.
It's a grilled
grilled chicken burrito.
Got it.
So,
So that
good.
shouldn't
But
be too hard. Grilled chicken
Great
burrito.
breakfast item. Does the trick. I won't be hungry again till dinner. Right.
Is that all you need? A little lunch.
I probably I'll have a protein shake.
I'll
in
bring
the
in a
fridge.
bag of apples for
Thank
us.
you. And the fruit was a help.
I'm going shopping tonight at our favorite place.
If you'd
so
stop by, I would
Okay.
appreciate it. Aisle 7 is where we typically see each other.
Oh.
But so I get
Sorry for being interrupting those moments.
my dear friend Caleb at the drive-through was
Yeah.
talking to me about his work, and so he was working Saturday where it was 83, but where I stop in St. John's County, or right over the line in Mandarin, probably warmer. He's like, we were in shorts, Lewis.
Yeah.
I was out here working in shorts at the drive-thru, and now I've got my staff in long pants. And I'm like, Caleb, brace yourself, brother. These are the weather talks, as you know, and as you know, we're going to get inundated with. So let's prepare ourselves, and maybe you're ready as well, because the chilly air is with us now. I know we've been spoiled.
Winter is back.
Winter is back in a big way.
January.
We're coming up on a big anniversary, 10 days from the anniversary of the snow last year. I've had that, sir.
Lee and Robert were up there making snow angels and spinning out.
I was watching them from
Waycross. Did
Tampa.
you spin out? Or
No.
Spetta was driving.
Yes, Robert. If I was driving, we wouldn't get anywhere. But Robert Spetta knows how to drive in snow and ice.
Well, I'm glad I was enjoying Lee's coverage very
It was great.
much.
It was the best. It was some
From
of the
afar.
best snow coverage I've ever seen, and not much happens around these parts. But yeah, so we're coming up on that big anniversary, January 20th or 21st, something like that, right?
And Lee Lee, you had a package you did or a story on, we're coming up on the coldest time of year. I like that,
Yes.
like the coldest 2
Yeah,
weeks.
'cause
So
our
this is
seasonal
really,
highs are right now. I mean, like
What's
coldest
happening
right
right
now.
now.
Like
Yep.
65, I think, is our seasonal.
65 and 43 for our low.
Which are the coldest. And so, yeah, I mean, as we go through the next few days, just note our temperatures aren't going to be able to rebound too much, especially as we get to the end of the week. And I know, when it comes to low temperatures, and one of my things I talk about, lows, and it impacts Prangley, and it impacts our morning warriors for an hour or two. But I always think about true Jacksonville and Southeast Georgia, Northeast Florida winter is your what your highs do and what those rebounds are in our afternoon. Because if you get a low temperature at say 34, that's cold. But if the rest of the day, as we say, wrap and peel is going to bounce back to 70, hey, okay, that's not too bad, because most of your life is going to have been lived from that when you take your lunch break to coming home and all of that. But when we're getting days like what we're seeing with Wednesday with that rain shot as well coming through, cool morning and cool afternoons, that's truly when we get our Jacksonville winter. And looking ahead, Thursday, Friday, with 20s, but let's watch for some even cooler wind chills in spots as well. We need to be braced for the cold. So hopefully our jackets are still out. 26 Friday morning, and the reason low temperatures are extremely important is when we get some physics involved, meaning freeze point. So obviously 32 is an important magical number for the magical molecule, but when we spend several hours in the 20s, that's when actual damage can be done to sensitive plants certainly, but to your pipes outside and the pets and the people. So Friday morning is when we also have a weather impact alert, primarily and exclusively because of how cold it's going to be for air temperature and how it feels.
And then so with the wind chill, we have to worry about bundling up appropriately, protect your skin. So you're right, we did issue that weather impact alert for these temperatures in the 20s and low 30s at the coast, but everyone feeling like the 20s because of the wind and the wind chill. And I put some pipes because I know that nationwide you'll hear really pipes become a concern at 20 degrees, but there are some exposed pipes. For some of you inland, pipes will be a concern. And so, of course, your pipes and your plumbing better than we do, but any sort of exposed pipes, guys, I don't think it's a bad idea to wrap those pipes when we are sitting in the middle 20s. I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah, and my thing with pipes is it's not like we're not in Buffalo, New York, where you could have a pipe burst in your basement.
I don't want to hear about Buffalo.
Right. Bad example. Rochester, New York, where a pipe bursts in the basement and you've got 4 feet of standing water. Like, we're not worried about that, but your property matters, and you don't want, drain the hoses, things like that, like your nice garden hose. Make sure that's empty. Just because if you're gonna have to go to Home Depot and spend another $60 on a nice garden hose, we don't want that for you. And for people that have pools, whether above ground or in ground, a lot of that PVC piping is exposed, and obviously outdoors and above ground in many cases, at least the plumbing part is. So always run that overnight.
I will say, so last when, yes, it must have been during that big, the cold snap we had. my grandma lives in Fernandina, and so it wasn't going to get down into the low 20s, but something happened where her house is elevated, and her pipes run under her house, and they all burst. And I think it was only like 28, but it must have been something with the cold air flow.
Oh, that's terrible.
Or whatever, but she had a huge mess on her hands, and a very expensive mess.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so now they're like, this year, let us know if it's even close to the 20s.
Yeah, we'll drip some pipes.
So just something to think about. Again, like, you know your pipes better than we do, but any sort of exposed pipes, when it gets into the 20s, if you can protect them, I would go ahead and do so, because that was very surprising. It was like 28 there.
Yeah.
And but they burst.
Yeah, so please take extra. And Friday morning, that's where you get that big dip with that 26-degree low. But even Saturday morning, for some inland Southeast Georgia, certainly could still see that freeze. And we're going to start bringing, frost needs to be thought about, especially for sensitive plants and starting your day. Obviously Friday, but even Saturday morning, and maybe watching Sunday morning carefully, and into next week too. As we look even beyond this current 7-day forecast, and we're starting to kind of prepare our evening 7 days, which would include Monday. But temperatures look to stay in those morning temperatures back in those lower 30s. So we'll have a few days of seeing some of that Florida snow on the ground and on the roofs and hoods of cars.
Yeah, and we do average 12 freezes, right around 12 freezes per year. So this is winter at its finest for us. We do get the freezes, and I believe this winter we're about, at 4 at least? Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised over the next couple of weeks to double that. Maybe we'll go from 4 to 8. Long range, everybody's looking long range. Is this going to stick around? Yeah, well, this week we know it's going to stick around, and I think even into next week. But we're more in a transient pattern across the northern hemisphere right now. So we're not seeing a pattern where this would stick in more than 7 to 10 days. So if you like warmer weather, I think maybe by the time I take, even before then, before I take Julie out on our groundhog date, we are going to see some warmer weather. So as we look at the 7-day forecast, this 7 to 10 day period will probably be known for our coldest period of our winter weather, it looks like, because as we look at the 7-day forecast, it's for the inland areas, it's for the beach. And if you go back to that last graphic, you see the weather impact alerts. I put a second column in on the bottom because, the beaches that are a lot warmer for those overnight lows this time of year, just because you're near that very warm ocean water, comparatively speaking, and the ocean water is still right around 60, it's tough to get a freeze. But notice, this air means business. This time around, we're talking a low maybe near freezing all the way to Jacksonville Beach, 33. That's pretty impressive. So we haven't really seen much of that. If that happens, that'd be almost as cold as we've seen all winter long. So bracing for the next 7 to 10 days, 1 to 2 weeks, and then I do see a warmer weather period if you want to hang in there as we go into the late month into February, and then we'll watch that La Nina continue to weaken. So the pattern we've seen all winter long, whereas the polar jet stream's been in control, I see more of a subtropical feature developing as we head into February, March. I see more chances of rain, maybe even severe weather here, and things are going to be changing. And if you think we've had ups and downs over this past week, I think it's a preview of what's to come over the next several weeks as we get ready for February into March. And you can see that 10-day forecast. I try to give it at least a little sneak peek into next week with that. We showed that on GMJ or Good Morning Jacksonville. And notice next week we could still, Lew was talking about maybe another freeze. I mean, the models are seeing it. You got Monday down once again to 31 and maybe some more frosts and freezes, especially inland, by next Tuesday. And it'll be interesting. We're going to have quite a finish and make sure our weather team has our vitamins and our vitamin C, and we get rested, because it's going to be a wild ride that includes everything. Nature's going to be throwing everything at us.
And the rebounds aren't there. And so going back to what we were talking about with afternoon highs, I mean, look each day, seasonable, only a couple at seasonable being that 64 to 65, 66 range. We only see that a couple of times. Otherwise, we are below seasonable, which is a hard change up from where we have been the last couple of weeks. So it is truly the type of weather where we're keeping the jackets on all day. We're sending the kids with extra layers to school, and they're coming home with those jackets still on their backs. They haven't lost anything.
Yeah, at least we'll just keep our winter jackets out. It's kind of a lot easier to prepare for, right? The winter coats out for the next 7 to 10 days, which we can handle. We'll be ready for it. And little breaks in there here and there, maybe tomorrow afternoon for a few hours. We get out. There's 65. I mean, that's going to be feel bad. And we have a higher sun angle this time of year. It's getting better.
Getting better.
So at least it'll feel a little better in the sunshine. Just stay out of the shade the next 7 to 10 days.
All right, all this cold weather talk has me thinking about cold winter sports, like the Winter Olympics
yes.
coming up. We're going to talk about that.
Luge.
So we're
I
going to
gotta
take a
see
quick
this.
break. I know. Okay, because I know you have another
I
assignment you got to
have
get
another
to. Do we need to take a break? Can we just get right to it?
We can do whatever we want.
Let's go.
We don't have to take. We can take.
Lee,
a
I
break
gotta see
whenever.
this.
No
let's,
break.
Yeah, no,
We've got 2 local speed skaters, I understand, from
Yes.
this area. So one from Ocala.
Erin Jackson is one of them, and
Uh-huh.
she's kind of our main like medalist favorite. Out of,
Have you
and
sat
yes,
down?
out of
Have you
Ocala, I've had a chance to speak with her and her coach. It's wild because they've had Ocala's now had 3 speed skating Olympians.
I thought they were known for speed horses.
Speed horses. Well, they know, yeah. And Ocala's known for speed, known for horses, and
then
apparently
speed
speed skaters. And as we were doing that piece years ago, back the last Winter Olympics of 4 years ago, I was asking the coach, it's like, what gives? Where do you train them on ice? And she goes, there's no ice here within 100 miles. Like the closest ice to them is here in Jacksonville, where
Wow.
we have the igloo.
Yeah.
So they
Wow.
don't train on ice. She never coached them on ice ever. She has them on rollerblades in their
That's
indoor
incredible.
roller rink, like we used to do in the '80s, Mike, when you and I would go.
Good old time. Have
Good
our
times.
music going.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen to Loverboy
Loverboy.
and do the limbo on the skates.
Boys.
Foreigner.
And Journey also big in the roller rink, and then she takes them out to a track in
I'm
Ocala,
amazed.
an outdoor track, and there's also 3 Olympians have now Winter Olympians have come out of Ocala. It's wild.
unbelievable.
I
So
had
we'll be
no
watching
idea.
that very carefully. That's pretty cool
So
stuff.
something to look forward to.
And Mike, you made this graphic this morning. If you want to quickly explain.
Yeah, we're just talking about our colder temperatures, I said, and we're getting excited because the Winter Olympics are 25 days away. So I said, can you realize, hey, we're at 40 this morning, and it's 42 in Milano, Italy. But so pretty amazing. So we're as cold as Italy.
Well, here's a look at their next 3 days.
Oh.
Not quite as cold.
Okay.
So tomorrow, they are dealing with cloudy conditions.
Right.
Starting off in the 30s like us, but in the afternoon, they're going to stop in the 40s. In fact, we'll stop in the 40s each and every day over the next 3 days. So I would still pick our weather.
That's.
I think so.
Yeah, I think. But it is exciting. Every Olympics, whether it's summer, winter, I get jazzed about. It's so funny because I can go 3 years and 9 months with not even giving the slightest thought to biathlon, which is where they ski long distance and then shoot guns. But then when I see it on my TV, I'm logged in. I want to see this. But it's like
I'm trying to picture Lou on his couch watching this.
I've actually done biathlon before and was very good at it. And I've
Okay.
got witnesses to this. It is amazing. You ski cross country and then you get in your prone position and you fire at targets.
Tomorrow,
and I'm like, this
we
is
need
brilliant.
that video. I need you to
I want the
it to me
video.
so we can show it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll fish that out of the system. But it was
Okay.
so awesome, and it's primal. It's like Winter Olympics is about, listen, how do we survive? So
Very
y'all
good.
survived the winter. We're done for
I'm
now.
gonna-
Have a fan. Might go do
God
your
bless.
rest of
Get
your
out
work.
of here, Mike.
Stay
see y'all-
warm.
We will see y'all later on. Thank you.